afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. My name is Balisa Dembe, and I hope you're having an incredible week. Of course, we're quarter to the weekend. We're almost at Friday, so hang on. Let's be productive for these last 2 days of the week. Now, of course, it's a Fashion Express Thursdays today in studio, and we've got an exciting showcase on our hands. Marcia Prada once said that what you wear is how you present yourself to the world, especially today when human contacts are just so quick. Fashion is an instant language. Now, the world of fashion can be the best way of finding self-expression, from eye-popping runway looks to breathtaking numbers that you can wear to high-end events or even a cute dinner date. It's all about the look. So today in studio, we meet the prolific designer, Lara Klawakowski. Now, many describe her work as exquisite wearable art. The award-winning fashion designer has graced South African runways with her show-stopping silhouettes and interesting choices. So she joins us today to give us a look into her new collection. We also meet the one and only Nokwe, the poet. She specializes in live recitals that pierce the hearts of those who hear her words. Nokwe joins us today for a special performance of her poem, A Woman's Cry. Now connect with us online and tell us what types of garments you would make if you were a designer. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. Now, our first guest for today is one of the hottest acts coming out of South Africa. Also known as the Zulu Skywalker, Muzi has gotten nods from some of the biggest artists, such as Black Coffee and Chris Martin from Coldplay. His sound can be described as futuristic mesh of cutting-edge electronic music, blended with local genres like Maskandi, Kwaito, and bubblegum pop. But let's take a look at his official video for the single Good Vibes Only.
Truth is, I don't wanna wait. Good times and now I got a date. Your bad vibes can't contaminate. See, I pay Zulu when I see you late. Truth is, I don't wanna wait. Good times and now I got a date. Your bad vibes can't contaminate. See, I pay Zulu when I see you late. Right on time and sisters never late. Good vibes only. I'ma get mine, no doubts, no debate. Good vibes only. Right on time and sisters never late. Good vibes only. I'ma get mine, no doubts, no debate. Good vibes only.
Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah. Ulele, I'm vision chase, my journey safe, I vibrate higher. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah.
Ooh, what a vibe. Muzi, one of my favorites. Welcome to studio. So if you've got any questions for Muzi, hit us up on our social media platforms and use the hashtag Afternoon Express. Welcome to The Laugh.
Thank you for having me.
I am feeling like this is finally my day today. It's all about Muzi because I'm such a huge fan of yours. You are born and raised, of course, from KZN, in Pangeni.
Yep.
A lot of people are not familiar with that area of KZN. How was growing up like?
Well, it's people think KZN is Durban, so that's like the first thing.
Facts.
But yeah, it's like 200 kilometers away from Durban, and small town. So, but there were like a lot of creative people. So I grew around like a really like creative space, and you'd see guys playing Maskandi and all that stuff. So I'm absorbing all these things as a kid, and then yeah, so it almost like happened naturally that like I just got into music because I was surrounded by it so much.
And I think that's the best way to kind of organically move into a kind of a space because the roots are there, the foundation is there, of course. And you're very rooted in your culture.
Yep.
I mean, from your attire, your aesthetic to the actual music and incorporating some Zulu and, you know, local liquor language into the mix. I mean, why that influence?
Because it was me being honest with myself. I felt like if I wanted to make art, it needed to be honest. So that's where I'm from. I'm from Mpangeni, like Mfana Semakhaya, like that's me, that's who I am. And I wear a lot of beanies because my dad wore beanies. It's all just like me, like being, like expressing myself very freely.
Effortlessly, I think, and that's where you can see artists that kind of push it, they're kind of forcing it, and no shade at all, but you are so uniquely yourself, and I think that is why you resonate with so many audiences. I mean, internationally, to hear Mzansi, people are loving your sound, but what I find so particularly interesting is that a lot of people might think that Umuzi is either a producer or a DJ, and forgetting the vocal behind the incredible incredible power that you put forth. Why the specific attention to detail when it comes to curating your music and producing the sound?
It's my story, so I need to tell it in as many ways as I possibly can. So primarily I'm a producer, but then I started using my vocal as an instrument, and then my manager was like, you actually can kind of sing. I'm like, can I? And then I used to DJ my beats, and then one day I just took the mic and performed my song. So it's all like just growing really organically. It's like, if I'm doing that, why not do everything else? So I DJ, I perform, I do it live, everything like at once, and that's just like the whole Muzi experience.
And it just seems like this is a trend that I'm picking up more and more with musicians I speak to, and even people in front of the camera. I mean, a lot of people think that, or rather see the value of being able to do everything in order to be so valuable that they can't put a price on you.
Yeah, like all the stuff that you're good at, you do that, and then everything else that you're not. Like I'm not good at admin and,
and the business.
so I'm not good at that. I'm just a creative, and that's how I like it. I like exploring that space, and then I have a very good team that works with me, John and Sim, and then like so they deal with my crazy ideas, and then they make it like practical.
Put pen to paper and make it something that you can actually hit. And I think that is why so many people do relate to you. But you have taken something that is so proudly South African, something that is so African, put it on an international stage, and people are eating it up. Why do you think there's been such a positive response?
Because it's honest. Like, I'm not trying to be anything. I'm not trying to be African. I am African. Like, I don't think like that. So I think that resonates even when people don't know the language, because then it starts creating a conversation. Like, like, what are you saying in that part? And then that then continues the whole thing of, oh, he's from South Africa, but he's like actually doing his own thing on the side. So I think that's the reason. It's like, I respect my history, and I respect the musicians that came before me. I understand that I stand on shoulders of giants, but then that's how we push it forward.
Well, you are the next giants, up and coming, of course. Well, rather, I shouldn't even say up and coming. You're quite established, and the established nature of your talent and your craft and your skill was seen in the incredible response that you got for Afrovision. I mean, that was so successful. What did you learn from that project?
That I'm doing the right thing.
That's always one good lesson to learn.
Yeah, that I'm on the right path and I'm doing the right thing, because for a long period of time, like, a lot of people thought we were weird, that I was weird for mixing bubblegum pop and maskandi with like house music and electronic music. But then as time goes on, people start getting it, because why shouldn't genres mix? Like, we all live in an internet age. Everyone knows like everyone's story in a weird way. So why not mix those things and come up with something that's new?
Absolutely, and I'm loving it. Something from the old that you've done that I was telling Muzi I'm obsessed with. It's my Get Up and Go song. And I know everyone on social media is vibing along with me, so we decided to ask you if you got any questions for Muzi. And we've got Nomonde Ndlovu here, who says, hi Muzi, besides your music, what else do you enjoy doing? Like your other hobbies? I'm your biggest fan. So Nomonde is just trying to get to know you better.
I read a lot. I'm boring. Like, I just make music and I sit at home and read books and play PlayStation. Like, that's all I do. I'm obsessed about the music thing, so the touring happens quite a bit. Like, we just came back from a European tour, so if I'm not touring or making music, I'm reading a book.
He says he's boring. We're not buying it. We also have another comment from Ubabalo, who says, Mr. Zulu Skywalker, a.k.a. Muzi. In relation with upcoming albums, why did you choose the name Zeno? And what's the story behind the naming?
Oh, Zeno is the name of my daughter. So I made an album, like, it's like a time capsule for her, that like I was imagining her when she's older, listening to my music. So it's like a letter that I've wrote for her when she's like 25 though. So, yeah.
That is so precious. I didn't know that. I love seeing another side of our favorite artists that we don't get to see and engage with more. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of Muzi throughout the show. So join us after the break as we meet Nokwe, the poet. Every day, brave brave young kids around our country fight their own private battle against cancer. To show them that other kids and families have got their back, a portion of the proceeds from every NutriKids product sold will go to secure the next Clover NutriKids Choc Home in Port Elizabeth, a support base where children undergoing treatment and their families are accommodated, supported, and given a fighting chance against cancer.
Tonight on The Next Brand Ambassador, the remaining contestants realize that the ball is in their court as teams are determined by chance and the stakes get even higher.
Wow, what a team.
This is difficult.
We're not giving you free lessons, Nkanyi. You just have to catch up.
Anything that comes out from the she-devil's mouth is a waste of time.
That's The Next Brand Ambassador tonight at 7:30 p.m. Repeat Saturdays at 2 p.m. only on SABC3. The stage is yours. Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Nokwe Themba Mcunu, also known as Nokwe the Poet, is well known around the country for her enticing South African audiences with her strong messages. Her topics deal with themes so dear to the hearts and minds of countless women dealing with important narratives. She joins us in studio today to share about her art and how it's been a tool for change. Now, if you've got any questions for Nokwe, hit us up on our social media platforms using the hashtag Afternoon Express. Welcome to the Loft, Nokwe.
Thank you so much for having me.
Nokwe Themba, I just get so interested when I come across people who are so good with the written word and playing with words. I mean, Maya Angelou, she rather says that her experiences and her circumstances are what led her to write and poetry. How has your journey been? What kind of pushed you in this direction?
Well, basically, I think poetry is more of a calling for me, hence why I write poetry pieces that touch the hearts of people. I write poetry pieces, and my aim is to always to encourage individuals, to motivate people. And I often say that I would like that when people read or hear my poetry pieces, I want them to be better spiritually, you know, emotionally and physically. So my gift is really a calling, and it's a gift. It's a gift from God.
You've used your calling, of course, to heal. That's all I keep hearing. It's just to heal, to soothe, to communicate, of course. And another topic that you do not shy away from, and you're quite strong in your stead where you're standing, is, of course, the violence against not only women and children, but of people assaulting people, people raping, people hurting and murdering. How are you using your art to speak and kind of cure and heal?
Well, a wise man once said, you need to be the change that you want to see in the world, and I believe that all of us have gifts and talents, and our duty as artists is to use those gifts and talents to make a difference in the world and to make our world a better place. And so I do that through poetry, because poetry is what comes to me naturally. You know, playing around with words is just something I was never taught at school. It's even when I studied at university, I took a totally different direction, and then at university I found out that I could write. So it's not a skill that I developed, you know, listening to anyone or being taught by anybody. It's just something that just came naturally,
organically flowed through you. And another change that you're making in your communities is you've got an incredible organization focusing on young girls. I mean, what do you aim to do with the work that you have?
Well, basically, the organization I started is called Nokwe the Poet Youth Network. It's a network for both girls and boys. The aim was for me to sort of assist young people to find their purposes on earth. I discovered that I could write poetry at the age of 21, which I consider quite late-ish for a person to discover to discover their gift at that age. So I think at that time I realized that there's so many people on earth that don't really know what their gifts and their talents are. So the aim of the organization was to assist young people to find their identities, and the second thing was to collectively help the community. We do a lot of projects for the community. We give to those to the disadvantaged in our communities, and the aim of me doing that with young people is so I can cultivate the habits of in fact, our slogan is making good deeds a habit.
Making good deeds a habit. And I think that that's so key, because you need to keep instilling certain habits into people for them to kind of grow out and into themselves. So thank you so much. We have some questions for you on social media, and we've asked you if you've got any questions for Nokwe, and we have a question here. It seems from a fellow poet themselves. They say, hey Nokwe, what age did you discover that you loved poetry, and what keeps you motivated in life? I mean, you've already said that you did only start later on in life, which I believe you shouldn't have any time limits or time frames to your goals.
I discovered at the University of KZN that I could write, and what keeps me motivated, I would say, are my dreams. I've got such big dreams. Some of them have happened. Some of the things that I dared to speak would happen have actually manifested in my life. But there's even bigger dreams that I have that I'm still yet to see them coming to fruition. So that's what keeps me alive. And whenever I'm discouraged, I remind myself as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's why I keep going on.
There's such a pure but peaceful and calmness, confidence about you that I love, and I'm so intrigued at the fact that you are inclusive, guys and girls, young females and young males in your organization, and I know that you're going to pass down that wisdom. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to hearing your poem later on in the show. Now it's Fashion Showcase with designer Lara Klawakowski after the break.
It's time to shine with Big Soleil razors. You can win one of 5 Big Soleil Shine Essential Packs worth 5,000 Rand. Check out Big Soleil on Facebook and at @big_SA on Instagram, and complete the weekly self-care challenges to enter. For your chance at one of those 5,000 Rand prizes, get your shine with Big Soleil. Competition closes October the 31st. T's and C's apply.
Welcome back to this Fashion Express Thursdays here on Afternoon Express. Now, Lara Klawakowski is a designer whose work is distinct, that it becomes life-imitating art. She creates high-concept clothing pieces that can easily be described as wearable art. The award-winning designer has been recognized by multiple South African fashion industry platforms. Now, she joins us in studio today to give more insight in her latest collection. Welcome to the studio, Lara.
Thank you. Hi.
I am so blown away by just the mind you have, the incredibly creative, very distinct mind that comes up with these gorgeous garments. I mean, where are some of your inspirations coming from?
So with the current collection, I recently went overseas to Poland for a holiday, and my family's Polish.
Yeah.
And just being there and seeing all the beautiful castles and everything, all the detail and the colors, that really influenced this collection. But we did a road trip from the north to the south of Poland.
Yeah.
And what was so beautiful is that there's so many open fields, but every now and then there's a patch of sunflowers. And the texture of the sunflowers, the center point, and then the frilly petals, that really left an impact on me. And I used that in the designs. And I created smocked pieces. So it has that kind of scrunchy, sunflowery center with the frilly bit. Obviously, it's more exaggerated in the clothing with bigger pieces.
And more drama, of course.
More drama.
I'm all into the drama. And you have not shied away from the attention to detail.
Yes.
I mean, with the fabrics that you used, so intricate. And the time it takes, I can only imagine how long you spent in your studio. I mean, how does the process from beginning to end look like?
So whenever I design a new collection, it's all about the fabric and refabricating materials and creating interesting and unique textures. So with this collection, it was all about creating these smocked pieces which take hours and hours to create one piece, and then assembling it and in a way that it sculpts the body and it's interesting and unique, and they're new proportions, and it's very organic in shape and aesthetic. So,
and I can only imagine how one feels when they step into a Lara Klawakowski garment. I mean, I'm sure there's a certain power and confidence that comes with it. How do you want women to feel when they step into your wearable art?
I would like women to feel very, very beautiful, very unique, know that they are wearing something different and something that really accentuates who they are and their personality and their best features of their body in a very unique and interesting way.
I mean, did you set out in the beginning to create such artistic pieces? I mean, a lot of people do kind of shy away from being avant-garde and they want to become more commercial, more safe, in fact. But you are saying, throwing it all to the air and putting your passion into your pieces.
Well, it has become more wearable over the years.
Really?
I'm no longer
wilder than this.
Much wilder.
Well, I love that.
Well, I started my business after winning a design competition, and I had to design a dress made from condoms. So I don't do that anymore.
I was going to say, are these still made out of condoms?
No. So the materials are not as unusual and more wearable, so now I'm using fabrics. And it still has the same aesthetics. There's still something unique and warped, and there are all these little idiosyncrasies, and that kind of aesthetic is there, but it's in wearable materials.
Beautiful. I mean, I'm ready to get along with our fashion show because I'm so excited to share your vision with our audiences. I mean, can our first model walk up this look? The color for me is so outstanding and definitely ready for spring.
Yes.
So talk to me about this look and how it came together.
I mean, yeah, you can see the sunflower inspiration where you've got the smock detail, the crunchiness, and then the frilly petals. And it's in one of the colors that really inspired me while I was traveling. But also it has got a very signature Lara Klawakowski feel to it, where it is a unique shape, it's a unique proportion, and it's very tactile and textured and detailed. And I like people to feel that when they're wearing one of my pieces, it's more than just another dress.
Yeah.
It's something very special and took time to make.
It did take time to make, and you can see the time, you can see the attention to detail. And this look for me echoes more of that sunflower vibe.
Yes. So this is slightly more avant-garde. But what's interesting is that 10 years ago, when I started my business, I would do something like this, but say in the inner tubing of a truck tire, and it would be for a performance artist. But now it's in a fabric that any woman can wear, and it's lightweight, and it has the signature aesthetic, but it's wearable.
Stunning. And whilst our last model is coming up, I know you have been celebrated and you've been kind of held up high with awards. I mean, you've won awards, you've been nominated for fashion awards. How does it feel to have your fellow peers in the industry giving you these nods?
It does give you confidence in your work, and it's nice to know that you're on track with what everyone's feelings in at the moment. I do tend to kind of do what I want and what I love.
Pushing the boundaries.
But it is really great when everyone is saying, wow, this is beautiful, this is amazing, and I want to wear it, and when can we wear it?
That's why I said to you earlier, did I not? I was just like, this is the season. I definitely see myself rocking a Lara specifically gorgeous, unique outfit. And I know if I step into any event, no one will be looking anything close to me. Thank you so much for bringing your gorgeous work to Afternoon Express. And of course, congratulations and all the best for the rest of your fashion journey. Stunning.
Make this summer your time to shine with Big Soleil.
Now it's our time for Self-Care Series, brought to you by Big Soleil. Now, Summer Bodies is soon to make its rounds as the summer season is fast approaching and the festive season's, of course, set to begin. Now, the gym is getting more and more packed with people racing against time to get the perfect shape in on time. However, the perfect beach body is not always about fitness. A holistic approach which includes mind, soul, and of course, everything that accompanies wellness and health, of course, is definitely far more rewarding. Now, fitness enthusiast Candice Manuel is in studio today to share her fitness journey and how she has allowed herself to shine. Welcome to the studio, Candice.
Thanks so much for having me.
First of all, you're looking gorgeous, and I think that it is that self-care that is just radiating from within. How does your fitness routine look like, and how did you get into kind of being this holistic, well-rounded being?
I think it starts with being body positive first of all. There's always this misconception that curvy ladies don't work out. They assume that we are couch potatoes. So I thought, you know, if I want to try and inspire women out there, take a holistic approach by it and start being active. So I must admit, I'm not that keen on the gym.
Me too.
I go because I have to. But it's more in a sense of being with like-minded women, doing fun walks, doing Zumba. That's one of my favorites.
I love Zumba.
Yeah, it's so energetic and it makes me feel excited.
I actually wanted to be an instructor of Zumba. That's how much I love it, yes.
I feel like we all have it in a Zumba instructor inside of us. So that's kind of where my journey started, just with being that representative to show that us curvy ladies work out too.
And I think that it's so whack that that narrative is being pushed in the media and, of course, in society, that whatever body shape you have is a direct representative of how you feel about yourself, which is not always the case. I mean, for our viewers at home that do want to get involved, I mean, charity starts at home. Let's even start with myself. What is kind of like the best beginning routines if you don't have a gym membership, but you want to take care of yourself, something around the house or, of course, on your street?
For me, I put on my television and I put some Zumba workouts on. I'm quite fond of hip-hop abs that gets you pumping. I do feel at times that when it's into 15 minutes and I feel I'm dripping in sweat, and then it's like, oh, Candice, is this really all you can do? But there's no one else around to see that. So you kind of learn to motivate yourself to just get back up and do it again at your own pace. And I think that's the way to get going, because that's still the way that I started off.
And how important is consistency in this whole thing?
Sure.
Paramount.
I must admit, winter was a bit of a slump, but the motivation behind it, when you feel that glow on your skin and you feel how positive you feel once you've done a quick session, like 10 to 15 minutes, I think that's the motivation behind it, to actually just keep going and to prove to everybody that curvy girls work out as well.
Absolutely. Now, of course, we said that working out isn't the only thing that you can do, whether it is eating, whether it is just clearing your mind and your spirit, making sure that you are ready to transform your body. I mean, what other things can people do to make sure that they are tip-top shape?
So yoga is one of my favorites as well. It's quite tricky getting into some of those positions.
Tricky. Tricky. Is that the word you want to use? Near impossible. Near impossible. Yes.
So with yoga, for example, I started out with a 6-minute workout, and yeah, that started with the whole yoga routine. And apart from that, it's also drinking lots of water.
Yeah.
It's just taking a holistic approach on self-love and self-care.
Yeah, so basically find something that works for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Candice, for coming by and sharing your tips and tricks. I definitely will be using them. Now, sometimes it all lies in the mind, and the correct mindset, coupled with Candice's insightful tips, will get you on your way towards the body goals that you are dreaming of. Now, to get that glow too, when your time to shine comes with Big Soleil disposable razors. Now, they're available at your local leading retailers nationwide.
Make this summer your time to shine with Big Soleil.
Giving us a powerful ode to women everywhere. Here is Nokwe the poet with A Woman's Cry.
The abuse and rape of South African women is amongst the highest in the world. So many stories have been told of the young and of the old. Victims found raped, beaten, dead, left in the cold. Who do we blame? Tell me, who do we scold? It's the people that we look up to as our protectors, fathers who are meant to be our providers, partners who vowed to be our lovers, uncles who said they'd stand as our comforters. The brotherhood is filled with rapists and murderers. It's them with women's blood on their hands. Today, it's a sad fact that we can no longer trust a neighbor, let alone a stranger. We constantly have to watch our backs while on the streets, in a taxi and an Uber, in the mall, in our offices at work. It's absurd. There's no safety, even in our churches, schools, and our very own homes. Women are treated worse than animals. People have become as bad as rebels and cannibals. My brother, tell me, what is a woman's crime that over centuries you don't seem to hear her cry? You are deaf to her screams. Tell me why. Silence when she's been violated. You continue with your abuse, even though you see that she is frightened. What is a woman's crime? Tell me, what sin did she commit that she is deserving of such brutality? You continue to beat her, even though she begs you for mercy. Where is your humanity? Every 4 hours a woman is killed. Death is a daily possibility. This abuse has to stop by all means necessary. What is our crime? Kanti senzeni, sonepi. This abuse has to come to an end. Enough is enough. Oh Lord, protect all women and children. Women are the apple of your eye, precious to the Creator, the last born of creation. And let me just mention that they are made in God's image. Women dwell in the secret place of the Most High and abide under the shadow of the Almighty. No weapon fashioned against them shall prosper. To every woman whose blood has been spilled, rest in perfect peace. Uxolo that we failed to protect you. Uyinene Mkhwetyana, Karabo Mokwena, Riva Steenkamp. The list is sadly too long for me to mention you all. To the beautiful women that are alive today, let us fight until such a time where we can boldly say, my sister, you are not next.
Making an occasion out of a meal. The perfect atmosphere, even a show-stopping ensemble, is the level of taste that makes someone a taste master. That's SA's newest reality show on SABC3, where one individual will become the resident foodie on Afternoon Express. Record yourself preparing a dish. Tell us why you're a taste master and upload it onto Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag #TasteMasterSA. You could be the Taste Master.
Absolutely, we're looking for that new member of the Afternoon Express family. Now, Muzi, I don't know if you're much of a cook or a chef yourself. How do you throw down in the kitchen?
I order.
You order in. You use your phone. That's how you throw down in your kitchen, sir. But we're looking for, of course, our new resident chef here on Afternoon Express. Yeah. And basically, we're looking for the best of the best. Do you like watching foodie channels?
Yeah. I used to watch them as a kid.
Yeah. What do you enjoy watching? If you have a chef, do you enjoy the knowledge, the food, or do you enjoy the personality, that laughter?
Yeah, the personality is really cool. Like, I like it when they lie and something is burnt and they go, it's crispy.
Yeah, I like it. Or when something kitchen looks like a mess, they just say, oh, it's rustic. It's a rustic look. Well, listen, do you have what it takes to be the next resident chef on SABC3's Afternoon Express? Well, you're in for luck because the Taste Master SA competition is here. For a chance to join me, Palisa Tembe and Jeannie D in the Afternoon Express kitchen, enter now. It's simple. Record yourself by preparing your favorite dish and tell us why you are the perfect Taste Master. Upload the video on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag #TheTasteMasterSA for a chance to join the Afternoon Express family. The competition closes on the 20th of October, which is not so soon. Oh my goodness, get those entries coming in. And you could stand a chance to join the Afternoon Express family.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Homemade tempura fish make for a simple yet delicious midweek dinner, and this just might be your next dinner party favorite. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get the recipe and link. SMSs cost R1.50 and for SMSs do not apply. Welcome to the Loft, Chef.
Thank you for having me.
Now, this is your first time joining us here on Afternoon Express, so you definitely need to make quite the impression because we're looking for your replacements. I'm joking. We want you to enter.
This is my new job, actually. I love the set, so yeah.
If you are coming for his spots, definitely enter. We want all those entries coming in on Twitter and on Instagram. But for now, we need to see your skills as you throw down in this kitchen. What do you have up your sleeve?
So a crispy tempura fish with a lime and chili sauce. Okay. What I'm going to do first is add these eggs and the water for the batter, of course. It's cold water, but for me, I'm an African guy, so I prefer some beer. But being that we're on TV,
That is so interesting. So you can use water then as a beer as a substitute for water.
Yeah, ice cold beer for the crispiness, you know, to have it.
I love that. I love you finding out the different ways you can play with your food. And of course, depending on what you have in your fridge, in your pantry, we encourage you to use that. Here we're using fish, but of course you can use this for any other protein, right?
Of course. And now, right now, I need you to add the flour for me.
Okay.
Just show me if you can be a potential makoti.
Potential makoti. Listen, I'm killing the makoti game at this stage.
Of course.
I am all the way up. Being on Afternoon Express has taught me so much, not only about food, of course, but general nutrition, general health. So for me, I am ready ukshata. That's a shout out. I'm taking CVs.
I actually envisioned my first time cooking for you being like a 3-course dinner under the moon, you know.
Wow.
Langa Mavoso playing in the background, but hey.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because you know what? Sometimes you don't get what you wish for. No, but this is also definitely a very incredible meal to make. This is how I'm going to test your skills, and who knows, that candlelight what might be the next thing simmering in this kitchen.
Sure. So now what I'm doing is I'm cubing the fish because I needed to cover it with the batter. Oh, wow.
Okay.
How many cows?
Did I do a good job?
Yeah, you're actually doing a good job.
Fantastic. I thought that you were about to diss me.
No,
okay, so once our batter has come together quite nicely, we can start adding our fish.
Sure. But now, I usually just season the batter for some flavor. Some people just throw in like all the salt in there, but now I like using half and half.
Okay.
So that you can actually get that taste and have a balance and not, you know, irritate your palate with a lot of acidity.
I hear that a lot, that you add the salt as you go, and that's what you should be doing when you're making food, because you don't want to oversalt things, of course, and you don't want to get that cholesterol high.
Yeah, so now what I'm doing is covering it with the batter, coating it, because it's a second skin.
Okay.
And what other people do is that they dip it in the batter and then you don't dust it off.
Oh, you got to dust it off.
Yeah, you have to dust it off.
Okay, so whilst we've coated every single fish cube, we can move over and then you deep fry it. I'm just going to go ahead. You can just drop that first one in there. Ooh,
be careful,
burn
please.
myself.
Be careful.
Oh, the heat is already up.
Don't burn yourself.
No, it's looking good. It's looking good. That is the perfect temperature, I think.
So now, right now, it won't overheat or overboil because we've controlled the temperature at 180, by the way.
Okay.
And then now, some little magic, I cooked it, and this is the final product.
Stunning.
So for now, we're going to do the lime and chili sauce. Cremonese.
Oh, we're going to need our clover Cremonese there. Oh,
actually.
Let me help you. So this dip basically is just a simple, easy, dairy-based dip. You can add whatever flavors you love. You know I love my chilies. You know I love the zestiness of lemon.
So you're an African woman?
I'm an African woman. No, I am straight from Durban. I love that
lime
little
zest,
zing.
lime juice. Oh, no.
Too much. Hi.
Too much acidity.
I'll just step back whilst I'm stepping back.
Yeah, but now with the chili, you can add as much as you like, because now we're using the Cremonese. Okay. So it's going to help balance the flavor on your palate. Yeah.
Okay, so just as a quick update of what we've done so far for the sauce, we've added our Cremonese, we've added the chilies, we've added the lemon zest, of course, and we've added just our lemon juice into this whole mix. And then we have taken out our fish, cubed to golden perfection. And I'm just going to go ahead and have the first taste because, you know, I can never wait until the end of the show.
I need to impress you, so you need to use the slime, Yana. Put it on the...
Impressing me, you are doing an incredible job. Thank you so much. Cheers to us and this delicious dish. Now, if you would like to try this at home, SMS the keyword clover to 33650. But here's a quick recap, just in case you missed it.
Moment.
Share a TV moment. Delicious.
Made with love by Clover. Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao if you're looking for fame and fortune. You could be selected as one of the 6 contestants going to Curacao in the Caribbean, featured on the TV series. Plus, you can stand a chance of winning a shared 1 million rand with a celebrity partner. All you have to do is WhatsApp the keyword TIOT9 to 063-921-8395 for audition details. And remember to buy Tropica for details to stand a chance of winning hundreds and thousands of prizes. It could be you winning Tropica Island of Treasure. So SMS the keyword TIOT9 now to 063-921-8395 for audition details. But remember, T's and C's and more information can be found on tropica.co.za. So join us after the break to find out how you can stand a chance to win tickets for the upcoming Toni Braxton concert. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. 2 words, Toni Braxton. The R&B sensation is coming to South Africa, and she'll be performing her As Long As I Live tour in Johannesburg on the 9th of November and in Cape Town on the 12th of November. Now, you'll know her from her smash hits like Spanish Guitar, Unbreak My Heart, and He Wasn't Man Enough, all some of my favorite songs of all time. So if you're a fan and want to see her live in concert, then you have 2 ways of going. You can either buy tickets or you can go to McDonald's stores and spend 180 Rand or more and automatically be entered to draw a win double tickets that valued at 1,600 Rand. Now, it's just that easy. Just by buying your favorite McDonald's meal, you could be jamming along to Tony Braxton. So let us know on social media what you'll be buying from McD's to win those incredible double tickets. For more information on the competition and T's and C's, you can visit mcdonalds.co.za.
The wonder of LG OLED TV with new intelligence. LG OLED TV.
Now, most of us are used to our TVs being the centerpiece of our lounge. But what if you had a display that did it all, from having stunning design inside and out to having smart AI features that can deliver great picture and sound time and time again? Well, if that's what you've been looking for, look no further. Co-owner of broadwidthblog.com, Brian Smith joins us today to unpack LG's amazing C9 OLED range. Welcome back to The Loft, Brian.
Thanks very much. Thanks. Great to be here.
You speaking about my favorite topic, but something that I struggle to understand, which is, of course, technology. Now, LG has come through not only with OLED technology, but the most pristine visuals with the display. I mean, what specifically is OLED, first of all?
Sure. So this is something that I think confuses a lot of people out there, and specifically there are a number of different standards and names behind this technology. But if you consider back in the day, I think most of us might have grown up with larger TVs, those big beige boxes that you probably wanted to hide behind a cabinet. And those essentially used a mixture of fluorescent lights to convey picture. But now we have, if you consider the use of your own smartphone or your own display on your laptop, we have OLED LED displays which serve individual pixels. Now, what's really remarkable about LG's technology is that there's not just a couple of pixels that need to be lit on this display in order to convey color or tone. This has up to 8 million pixels which can self-illuminate. So that actually means each individual square on this display can coordinate its own color as well as its luminosity, so its level of light. And that essentially means that you're getting a really pristine, sharp picture that's as close to real life as we can currently get. What's really amazing here is that there's technology called OLED Black that features on these displays. Particularly, this is used to convey actual, real, rich shadows that you might capture from a camera, but that don't always convey on your display. You might have gotten frustrated if, for example, you've looked at a cinema and watched a movie with a darkly lit scene, and then at home it doesn't really have the same gripping texture.
Yes.
This technology is key to reproducing that.
Now, I can only imagine how mind-blowing having this TV is if you're a gamer. I mean, wanting to be transported into the game and, of course, feeling like you're within the action is just something above the rest, right?
Absolutely. So the first thing is sort of touching on that color accuracy is that more and more games are demanding greater and greater performance of not only displays, but televisions and basically any screen that you watch or play them on. Specifically, the first step is getting that color reproduction right, and that's really key because a lot of more recent games, particularly using motion capture, a range of different technologies, which really bring games quite close to real life, whether you're looking through them through a smartphone, AR lens, or even on a television set. Specifically, the LG OLED range has some really interesting features. So not only are there a range of AR features, which we'll touch on in just a second, but there's a response time of just 1 millisecond.
That is the quickest I've ever heard of.
It's absolutely amazing. So the distance between pressing a button and actually seeing a result on screen is that much less. And if you're a really competitive gamer or winning the game matters a lot to you, this is exactly what you need.
And very briefly, Brian, that AI feature that I am so obsessed about, but for our viewers at home that want to delve deep and get quite a good understanding of what artificial intelligence is, how is it broken down in the C9 OLED?
So there are essentially 3 different features we can touch on, and 2 really are quite passive, but they absolutely help in delivering the best possible viewing experience. And that is AI picture and AI sound, which automatically tailors the settings of this set to play whatever media you're playing, whether it be a film and TV, so you get the best experience continuously. There are also voice features aboard this TV thanks to LG's ThinQ AI, so you can ask it questions such as the weather, updates on your commute, or even recommendations for what kind of content to watch.
Yeah, I love that. Easy peasy, definitely everything that you need in a television device. Thank you so much, Brian, for coming through. Now, need we say more? The LG C9 OLED brings some of the most sophisticated display technology to the market in the form factor that's stunningly beautiful and is set to turn heads wherever it's placed.
The wonder of LG OLED TV with new intelligence. LG OLED TV.
enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao if you're looking for fame and fortune. You could be selected as one of the 6 contestants going to Curacao in the Caribbean, featured on the TV series. Plus, stand a chance of winning a shared 1 million rand with a celebrity partner. All you have to do is SMS, or rather head over to WhatsApp and send the keyword TIOT9 to 063-921-8395 for audition details. And remember to buy Tropica for details to stand a chance of winning hundreds and thousands of prizes. It could be you winning Tropica Island of Treasure. So WhatsApp TIOT9 now to 063-921-8395 for audition details. T's and C's and more information can be found on tropica.co.za. But after the break, it is all about the music as we check out Muzi performing Good Vibes Only live in studio.
Tonight on The Next Brand Ambassador, the remaining contestants realize that the ball is in their court as teams are determined by chance and the stakes get even higher.
Wow, what a team.
This is difficult.
We're not giving you free lessons, Nkanyi. You just have to catch up.
Anything that comes out from the she-devil's mouth is a waste of time.
That's The Next Brand Ambassador tonight at 7:30 p.m. Repeat Saturdays at 2 p.m. only on SABC3. The stage is yours. Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Truth is, I don't wanna wait. Good times and now I got a date. Your bad vibes can't contaminate. See I pay Zulu when Daba, see you late. Truth is, I don't wanna wait. Good times and now I got a date. Your bad vibes can't contaminate. See I pay Zulu when Daba, see you late. Right on time and sisters never late. Good vibes only. I'ma get mine, no doubts, no debate. Good vibes only. Right on time and sisters never late. Good vibes only. I'ma get mine, no doubts, no debate. Good vibes only.
Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah. Ulele, a vision chase, my journey safe, I vibrate higher. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express as we wrap up the show with Ubabaka Zeno and Espacio Dios. Now, straight from his album Zeno, that is set to release on the 11th of October. This is Muzi and Espacio Dios with Good Vibes Only.
times and I got a date. Your bad vibes can't contaminate. See I pay Zulu when I see you late. Truth is I don't wanna wait. Good times and I got a date. Your bad vibes can't contaminate. See I pay Zulu when I see you late. Right on time and sisters never late. Good vibes only. I'ma get mine, no doubts, no debates. Good vibes only. Right on time and sisters never late. Good vibes only. I'ma get mine, no doubts, no debates. Good vibes only.
Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah. Ulele, a vision chase, my journey safe, I vibrate higher. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah. Ulele, a vision chase, my journey safe, holy fire. I need a savior, don't leave the area. Vibrations, they lift me up, elevated, it's good enough. Bang, 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 gorilla. Say with my chest, with the back. Turn up boy moves, I'm feel up. I got told, take it, the back down.
Truth is I don't wanna wait. Good times and I got a date. Your bad vibes can't contaminate. See I pay Zulu when I see you late. Truth is I don't wanna wait. Good times and I got a date. Your bad vibes can't contaminate. See I pay Zulu when I see you late. Right on time and sisters never late. Good vibes only. I'ma get mine, no doubts, no debates. Good vibes only. Right on time and sisters never late. Good vibes only. I'ma get mine, no doubts, no debates. Good vibes only.
Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah. Ulele, a vision chase, my journey safe, I vibrate higher. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah. Ulele, a vision chase, my journey safe, holy fire. Illegally pay to my gang, illegally pay to my gang. Fooling, tell us again, fooling, tell us again. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, yeah. Go, 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 yeah, go, go.
Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.